In other news, new vehicle dealers and assemblers have reported a 2.74% fall in domestic sales to 11,059 units in the year ended December 2024 on the back of deterrent costs of borrowing amidst depressed circulation of cash in a softening economy. Fresh numbers from Kenya Motor Industry, that's KMI, show orders processed by firms such as Isuzu East Africa, CFAO Motors Kenya and Sabre Corporation dropped from further last year from 11,370 units in 2023. NTV's Brian George reports.
The demand for new vehicles has now declined for the third year running, with sales in 2024 the lowest reported since 2010 due to interest rates being high, meaning most of customers were not able to get funding. The elevated cost of borrowing, where some banks were charging an upwards of 20%, added to the industry's woes of 2023 and 2022, where dealers battled high exchange rates, difficulties in accessing dollars, and increased taxation amidst other bottlenecks like the global supply chain constraints. CFAO, for example, which sells multiple brands such as Toyota, Mercedes, Volkswagen and Hino under one roof, sold 3,789 units, a 2.71% rise over 3,689 units in 2023. Increased sales helped CFAO, which merged operations of Toyota Kenya and DT Dobby, to increase its market share to 34.26% from 32.45%. Market leader Isuzu reported a 3.45% drop in sales to 5,156 units from 5,340 vehicles a year earlier. Isuzu, which sells pickups, buses, trucks and sports utility vehicles or SUVs, reported its share of the market dropped marginally to 46.62% from 46.97% in the prior year. Simbacop sales contracted 8.69% to 977 units, while Tata's retreated 16.44% to 432 units. Dealers have in the recent years complained of elevated interest rates, which have hit demand because most new vehicles are funded by banks, while accumulating pending bills yet to be settled by the government and private firms have equally eroded their cash flow positions. The cost of loans was on an upward trajectory in 2024, despite the Central Bank of Kenya's signal to lenders to interest rates in the later stages of the year, after cutting the base rate by 175 basis points between August and December to 11.25%. Commercial banks raised average interest rates to 17.22% in November from 16.84%, despite the signal from CBK. Brian George, NTV, Nairobi.